at the end of the day, it was sad to see because Anderson is a legend. And not only that, when you talk to him, he really is a class act. He's a really, really nice guy. So anytime, and certainly from a selfish standpoint as well, anytime you beat an opponent, you want them to win all the time. Every time Anderson loses now, it takes away from my victory. So from a purely selfish stance, Anderson, please don't fight again. Every time he loses, it makes me look worse. But Dana White had some words at the post-fight press conference about whether or not he would let Anderson fight again. And I agree. Anderson Silva should absolutely never fight again. And that probably to some people, certainly to these UFC haters, probably sounds like harsh words, but I agree.
Uriah Hall threw 11 punches in the second round. Uriah Hall is one of the most gun-shy fighters in the UFC. Guy that has absolutely zero output. They're in a 5-round main event on ESPN. They threw 11 punches in the second round.
With everything he said there, that might sound a little harsh on Uriah Hall, but Uriah is sometimes a little gun shy. He looked great Saturday night. He got the job done. I'm not taking away from his victory, but if he fought anybody else in the top 10 or top 5, it wouldn't end well. He went down, he got beaten, he went unconscious Saturday night. Imagine him against Paulo Costa or Adesanya again or whatever. It wouldn't be good.
I thought Dana was kind of brutal on him, to be honest.
On who?
I thought Dana, I love Dana, and Dana's honest as shit. And he was kind of, he's calling him the most gun-shy fighter and whatnot. I'm not talking about prior fights, but I'm talking about this last fight with Anderson Silva. He actually gave a stat of how many punches he threw in a certain round, maybe the third round, or I forget, but it wasn't a lot. You know who did throw a lot of punches versus him? Forrest Griffin. How the f did that turn out?
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not being an asshole. I was there live for that shit.
Nice, Kelvin. Whoa, Kevin! Nice, Marv.
I've won multiple world titles outside the UFC, but was I going to be content the rest of my life, never knowing, never stepping into that UFC octagon? And I wavered on it. I'll be completely honest with you, because I got my wife and my son, who are the highlight of my life, the most important thing in my life, and they were the reason that I fight, taking care of them. But there's the competitor in me that says, yeah, but are you going to be okay? I always just thought, and I use it as a metaphor. I thought my pillow was going to turn into a cinder block, and I was laying on every single night, trying to get a good night's sleep, knowing that I never tested myself against the UFC guys in that UFC octagon. And as I said, it's not just enough to become a UFC fighter. I said that on the broadcast. I didn't just come here to put the UFC gloves on and wear the UFC fight kit and be a part of the cool kid crowd, right? I want to step into that octagon. I want to put on a great show. I want to prove to the fans who I am. And man, I think it's the right time. It's a perfect time. I feel better now than I ever have been, coming off probably the best performance of my life back in August. Getting the opportunity at UFC 254, just showing up. I mean, yeah, I made weight. People were making fun of me for showing up and making weight, leaving, and I'm just a fitness model. Because people, we were posting pictures of me taking photos on the beach, but had to create some more content with the UFC. But so I took some guff for it, but I was the guy who showed up, stepped up. I said 3 S's. Dana said, hey, would you fight October 24th? I said yes. They said, okay, what about Poirier or Ferguson? I said yes. Neither of those guys both turned it down. And then they said, hey, would you be the backup? And I said yes. So by no means am I a yes man. I'm going to stand up for myself, but I also realize I need to come in, say yes right away when other people will say no, because life is all about taking opportunities. And I took this opportunity, and now I believe it's going to pay off, and I'm going to be UFC champion in the next 8 to 10 months.
Voltar. Isso aí.
Do you have an update on the pec gate that we talked about last time?
No, not really. Pituitary gland was checked, hormone levels fine, estrogen and on testosterone. So yesterday we had a ultrasound and her mammogram. I had one yesterday for the first time. But I mean, to be honest, it might just been unhealthy living a little bit, like because I'm not smoking weed. That's what the doctor from the UFC said. You you just need to, stop. And I was like, I'm not stopping. I'm just gonna slow down. I'm not stopping smoking weed ever.
So is it still as swollen as it was, or has it gone down?
No, it's calmed down.
Sensitive?
No, not as sensitive. It's actually calmed down, but it's just a fat deposit. And yeah, but man, hey, after a performance like that, like I said, I think I was on steroids too, because it was just mind blowing. What the did I just do to that? Like the guy that he walked down Romero. No one walks down Romero. I'm like, why didn't he just use his boxing? Costa should just stuck to his game plan. He would have won. It's like, nah, bro. There's a common denominator. Man, some people are so stupid sometimes, and it really it baffles me. I'm like, do you understand? Like, just y'all look stupid too. All of you, you look stupid because there's a common denominator. There's a reason he couldn't use his boxing. There's a reason he couldn't just walk me down. If you know fighting, if you know, you know. But those who don't know, you look stupid.
Nice, Kelvin. Whoa, Kevin! Nice, Marv.
Savages.